Hi friends! Thank you for joining the Fond du Lac Public Library for another drawing lesson. Today I want to show you how to draw a killer whale or an orca. Alright friends, let's get started on drawing your killer whale. The first thing you will need is a piece of white paper. Now white works best because part of the killer whale we're going to draw is white. And you want your paper to go sideways, so horizontally, the long way. And grab something to draw with, so your crayons, your pens, your pencils. I like to draw with markers, so I'm going to use my black marker, but I do have other markers set aside for when I add detail at the end. Okay, the whale we're going to draw is facing this way, and the tail will be at the other end. And we want to draw our whale kind of in the middle of the paper. That way we will have room to draw waves on the top and sand and coral and all of that on the bottom. All right, we can get started. So kind of in the middle of my paper, I'm going to draw a sideways horseshoe. So kind of like the letter C. I'll show you. And it goes down and it rounds. Okay, do you see? It's kind of like the letter C. Or like a horseshoe turned on its side. Remember, this is going to be like the head or the face of your whale. And our whale's top fin is going to be on the top here and kind of pointed. So I'm going to continue this line. And then when I get about in the middle of my page, I'm going to slant and draw up and towards the corner. We'll make this fin look like a triangle, but kind of tilted. So watch, I'm going to go up. Do you see how I slanted my line up? And now I'm going to go down. So it's a fin. Almost looks like a triangle. And we're going to do something very similar on the bottom. This is like the arm of our whale. It's just another fin, but it's another triangle shape. So I'm going to start up a little bit, and I'm going to go down, and then I'll go up. Perfect. Do you see how this is almost a triangle shape too? Very good. Now notice that my two fins don't really line up together. That is okay. And it's okay if yours do line up too. Every whale is a little different. Okay, I'm going to go back to the top, to my top fin, and I'm going to start where I ended here on that line, and I'm going to make a line going down and over. You see how I go down just a little bit? I'm going to do something similar down here. Start at that same spot. So my horseshoe shape goes right about here. I'm going to lift up my marker and go back in that same spot, and I'm going to make a line that goes up and almost meets this. Okay, up and stop. It almost meets, but not quite. We want to draw our whale's tail here. So to do that, I'm going to retrace part of my line to make the letter V. So I'll retrace a little bit, and I'm going to go up. So it's like the letter V. And I'll do the same thing on the bottom, except it will be an upside down V. I'll trace that part. So now that looks like an upside down V. Very good. Now kind of the tricky part. I want to find the middle. So let's see, I can put a finger on the bottom and a finger on the top. And where do they meet? Oh, right here. So I'm going to put a little dot there. And I'll draw a curved line up from that dot to the tip of my line. And from that dot to the tip of this line. Perfect. Now we have the outline of our whale. Okay, I'm going to add the fin from the other side, and it will kind of follow exactly this shape. We only have to draw part of it. So where my fin starts, I'm going to move over a little bit, like maybe about as wide as my finger. And put a little dot. Can you see my dot? And I'm going to go kind of follow this line. Go down, and then my line goes up. There. So now my whale has a fin, or like an arm, on the other side of his body. Nice job. Now killer whales have very special markings, so they're easily recognizable. We're going to start here, like where you would think the mouth is, and we're going to go up a little and down to meet the line of my fin. Okay, so go where you think our whale's mouth is, and we'll go up a little, like he's smiling, and then we'll go down, perfect, to meet the fin. And then we're going to lift up our marker to the other side of the fin, and we'll start here. We'll follow it, follow the line, and we'll go up a little and back down. So I'm going to follow that line, and I'm going to go up a little and down. Nice job. And now we're going to draw a white spot. And the white spot is not the whale's eye, but it's right above the whale's eye. And it looks like an oval. So go ahead and make an oval. And actually the whale's eye is a little dot right underneath. But you can hardly see it because the whale's body is black. Okay, very good. Now we're done with our whale until we color. We can add some background. So the killer whale is also called an orca. And orcas, just like all whales, live in the water, in the ocean. So I'm going to use my blue marker, and I'm going to draw some water, some waves at the top. So I'll start on this end, and I'm going to make some wave shapes. So waves look like stretched out letter U's. Do you see? And they all touch because these are the waves. So they're just like letter U's that are all holding hands. Nice job. I can add some more waves in the water like that. And we could draw some sand on the bottom. And my sand is going to be yellow. And you can have some bumpy sand or some hilly sand, however you want. And we'll draw some coral and seaweed. When I draw seaweed, I can make like a wavy line going up, just like this. And then on the sides, I make more curved lines. They kind of look like arms. Very good. And you can make some more. Maybe your ocean has a lot of seaweed in it. And we could make some more coral. I'm going to use some orange to make my picture very colorful. And I start at the bottom by the sand. And for this coral, I'm just going to make all kinds of crazy arms. And then I can color it in. There is no wrong way to make coral because there's a million different kinds of coral and they all look a little different. And let's see. Oh, there's probably some more fish with this whale swimming along. So I'll draw some fish underneath. When I draw a fish, I'm going to make an oval shape. And then I'm going to make the little back tail. I can make a little line on the top or a triangle for his fin, and same thing on the bottom. Another way to make a fish is to start kind of on the bottom, and then you draw an oval that crosses and a line. You can draw a fish that way too. Okay, looks good. We are going to write our names in the corner, like every good artist should. And then I will color in my whale. Remember, the parts that we drew, like this, stay white. Everything else on our whale is all black. And then if you want, you could color in your water too. All right, I'm going to finish coloring my whale now.